here is what we're going to tackle today. I'm going to replace this door handle, at least going to try. And I knew my Yukon was in a side swipe collision before I bought it, and so this was not a surprise. I saw the tape on the handle. You know, this was their solution, I guess, but we're going to try to replace this, make it look better and work better. It's a little tougher because it's got that little push button unlocky deal, and so I'm hoping there's enough slack in that wire in there that when I take this handle off, I can replace without removing the inside liner. We'll see. Let's see what happens here. Here we have our new, at least new to me, door handle. I actually got it at a junkyard, and comes with that little guy there, the handle itself, a nice not destroyed button there, and I'm hoping, like I said, there's enough slack in that little guy there that we can do this. And there, I mean, I think it's gonna work, but we'll find out here. We'll see what's happening. So, all right, let's give this a shot. All right, so step one is getting this little cover up here. I've got just like an interior plastic tool, so I don't chew this thing up with a metal screwdriver, but hopefully I can, hey, well, okay. Boom, that was easy. And inside there is a little Torx dealio. I think it's a T15 or T20, I'll let you know in a second here. All right, that is a T20. So you get that loosened up. Don't take it out all the way, because if it goes down on the door, bad day, okay? So you get it loosened up, and then this should pop off there. That's what the little guy goes into right there. But yeah, you don't want that to come out of there, right there. Where's that? There's that. Because that is going to go on the door, and that's going to suck a little bit. All right, so now the door handle is going to come out this way and then also that way. And I'm going to attempt this 1.5 handed to come out and that way. There we go. And that popped out of there. Boom. The trick is getting that little tab to come back open this way to get it put back together. But there's like a fishing line trick for that. So there we are with that so far. So we're getting somewhere. Well, fudge. That is out, but it isn't, I don't have enough to get it. It's probably, I don't know, it's probably held in there by who knows what. One of those little push plastic dealios. Anyway, it's not moving, so looks like we got to do the inside door panel removal. So let's do that. All right, keep this door panel off. There's a few bolts that hold it on. So you want to get this out of here. It just pops out of there, pretty easy stuff. A couple 7mm there. There's one behind here, and I don't know if I can get that off there or not. I don't know if I could keep the camera in the right spot. You want to pry, there's a spot right there you can pry on. But I've got to pull this handle back to do it. You only got one hand. So there's also one more underneath here. Where'd you go? Boom, that little guy right there. Take those off, and then we'll cover getting this off here. So we'll do the other thing first. Okay, again, needed 2 hands to do it, but this guy just pops out of here. And it sounds like you're breaking it when it happens. Did I break it? Maybe, not sure yet. But you can get behind this and unplug this switch, and then we'll keep on trying to get this to come apart here. There's a bunch of metal clips around this whole thing that clip into the door itself. And next step is trying to get those to start to come loose, hopefully. Okay, once you unplug this, that's just one of those clips you gotta, push the thing to get it to come undone. I started along this edge here, and you can kind of see it's loose there, and you can hear like that, and you feel like you're breaking it. And again, maybe I didn't break this, so yay. But we're gonna work that all the way around. Hopefully we'll get back in here enough to get that electrical undone. All right, so honestly, it looks like a mistake, but I'm just letting that kind of hang there. The speaker is still, a couple of cables are still hooked down back there. I don't want to undo everything because I can peel this guy back and it's kind of stuck on with some sticky, goopy junk. And I can get up in, here's where I need to be. You can't see it, but up in there to get this thing undone. So that's our next step. Kind of gotta put the hand up in here, feel around, get this thing unplugged, and hopefully you unplugged in, and then button this joint back up. Okay, so it is hard to reach up in there and do anything, so call me a cheater, but I was able to get the connector off of a little bracket there. I have no idea what it looks like, but so it'll pop it off there, I've got it this far. So, like I said, call me a cheater, but we are gonna clip this dude here. Make my life easier, because this handle's toast anyway, so who cares? All right, so there it is back through the door. And this was the part here that was on something in the door. It clipped on there. So hopefully I can get it back in there and clipped on, and it'll be good. But just make a note of your wires there, the colors, where they're at, you know, just so you put the thing back into the right way. I'm assuming it only goes probably one way, but just in case, don't want any surprises there. All right, before you go crazy, this has one of those little safety doohickeys on it. Let me get over here better. So you'll need to lift back up. There we go. Lift that red tab's gonna go up towards the wires there. And then you'll be able to actually get this thing to push in there and pull out, because I was going nuts. Like, there's no way I could have done this in the door. So yeah, here we are. Okay, so good news is it is keyed. That little slot there will help you out. So yeah, we're learning as we go, you know? It's all part of a fun project. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I tested to make sure this works. You can actually push that red tab back in on this little, on this connector, and then you can slide this part in there, and it'll just click, and you're good to go. So I'm gonna do that from the outside, pull that back inside, and hopefully get that connector back on its little bracket thing in there that I can't see, but can feel for. So here we go. Okay, I'm gonna show you what this all looks like in here. And so that right there with the red tab on it, that is the connector part that's essentially comes from the car. Now, if we go back in here, there's the plug right there we just plugged into it. And then the bracket is just kind of sitting behind there. This is the first time I've seen it, so hey, there it is. But if you feel around, you can get that back on there. It's not awful, but you know, it just takes some messing with. So yeah, like I said, plug that thing in from the outside, push it back inside, and then got it arranged on that bracket, and then the connector's happy, red tab is closed, and it's all good. So there you go, if that helps. Getting that back on there actually wasn't that bad. You want to kind of double check this. This is hooked to a metal rod that goes down to like here. Probably should have shown it, but you'll have to guide that back up into here, and then there's like a rubber grommet that it pushes into, and when you push everything, click it back on, it'll find its way in there so that it's all good when you lock it and open it up. So yeah, that's pretty good there. We'll get our bolts back in, get everything kind of hooked up here, and then let's get the handle finished up, and then I think we're in business. Okay, so our game plan here is going to be, see that kind of backwards E right, like right there? You got a circle, burr. I'm gonna try to hook this fishing line on the middle, whatever prong of the E, and we're gonna try to pull that out as we try to bring this handle in and get it to hook up there. So that is the goal. Let's see if we can make it happen. So the fishing line didn't work. I wasn't thick enough, so I broke it actually. So this is the part of the story where you realize you had the interior of the door off, and you could have probably done this a lot easier, but hey, here we are. So that's how I operate pretty much all my projects. What I was able to do is I was able to use a pick that looked like this, and I was able to go in through this hole here. I was able to essentially pry up on that center prong of that E, if you remember, that backwards E, if you remember, far enough where I could get it up to where it needed to be, and then get that door handle in there. So I think it makes sense once you get in there and start doing it. It wasn't that bad. I was just trying to get a kind of a good grip on that with the pick, and we're back in business here. So this door is opening and closing, so we like that. Let's get this part buttoned back up, and we'll see if this thing actually works. All right, so we are back in business with a greasy door and everything. We can open it, and we can close. All right, no problems there. And our button works to lock it and unlock it. And there we go. And no more tape, so it actually looks decent. Win-win.